Hello everyone, welcome to GS Core. Today in this session we'll be discussing about current affairs through MCQs, and the topic of discussion is environment and ecology. So before we start, you can check out All India PT mock test. Third test is left and it will be held on 10th of May. First question. Consider the following statements regarding National Board for Wildlife, NBWL. Question is regarding NBWL. First question, first statement, NBWL is a statutory organization set up under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. This statement is a correct statement. NBWL, yes, it is established under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Second statement, it is chaired by the Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, which is an incorrect statement. It is chaired by the Prime Minister of India, not by the Environment Minister, by the Prime Minister of India. Second statement is incorrect. Third, its role is advisory in nature. Right, so this is correct. Its role is advisory in nature and advises the central government on framing policies and measures for conservation of wildlife in the country. Third statement is correct statement. Fine. So first and third statements are correct statements, and that's why answer of this question is 1 and 3 mentioned in option B. Answer is B. Next now. Which of the following are the major factors responsible for uranium contamination? Which of the factors are responsible for uranium contamination? One of the major contamination for groundwater. First statement, amount of uranium contained in an aquiferous rock. Right, so this is a factor that leads to uranium contamination. Right. Second, the interaction of the extracted uranium with other chemicals in the groundwater. Right, so this is also a correct statement. If there is interaction of extracted uranium with other chemicals, it will lead to groundwater pollution, which will have further impact on uranium contamination. Third, increase in groundwater table. Right, so this is incorrect. Not increase, but decrease in groundwater table will lead to uranium contamination. Right, it is not increase, it is decrease in groundwater, because as groundwater table decreases, will go deep inside the ground to fetch groundwater, and that will lead to fetching up of such groundwater which is contaminated with uranium. Right, so third statement is incorrect. Fourth, water rock interaction that cause the uranium to be extracted from those rocks. Right, so this is also correct statement regarding the uranium contamination. So first, second and fourth statements are correct statements, and that's why answer of this question is 1 to 4 mentioned in option A. Answer is A, 1 to 4. Next now, consider the following statements. First, Article 28 of the Paris Agreement allows countries to leave the Paris Agreement and lays down the process for leaving. Right, so this statement is a correct statement. Article 28 of Paris Agreement talks about the members leaving this particular agreement. Right, so first statement is correct. Second, a country can only give a notice for leaving at least 1 year after the Paris Agreement came into force. Now, this statement is an incorrect statement. Right, so country can leave Paris Agreement by giving notice after at least 3 years of enforcement of Paris Agreement, not 1 year, at least 3 years. Fine. So second statement, that's why, is an incorrect statement. So we are supposed to find out incorrect statements only. Second statement is incorrect, and that's why answer is B, 2 only. Next question now. Consider the following statements regarding United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, UNCCD, COP14. First statement, it was hosted by China. So this statement is incorrect statement. UNCCD COP14 was held in Greater Noida, in India. Right, and that's why first statement is incorrect statement. Second, the theme of the conference was Restore Land, Sustain Future. So this is a correct statement. The COP14 of UNCCD, its theme was Restore Land, Sustain Future. Fine. So only second statement is a correct statement. We are supposed to find out correct statement. Answer is B, 2 only. Next now, consider the following statements regarding India Cooling Action Plan, ICAP. First statement, this document addresses cooling requirement across sectors and lists out actions which can help reduce the cooling demand. Fine. So this statement is a correct statement as per India Cooling Action Plan. Right. So what is the focus of this particular program, this particular plan? It will identify the sectors which need cooling, and it will also give certain measures, certain actions that can be taken to reduce demand of cooling from those sectors. Right. So first statement is a correct statement. Second, India is the second country in the world to develop such document. Now this statement is incorrect. India is not second, India is first to come up with such document. Second statement, that's why is incorrect. Third, its goal include reduction of cooling demand across sectors by 20 to 25% by 2037-38. Right. So this statement is a correct statement. One of the focus points of one of the goals of ICAP is to reduce cooling demand across sectors by 20 to 25% by 2037-38. Right. So third statement is a correct statement. So we are supposed to find out incorrect statement. Only second is incorrect, and that's why answer of this question is B, 2 only. Next now, Emission Gap Report 2022 is released by which of the following organizations? Right. So Emission Gap Report is released by UNEP, United Nations Environment Program. Right. So it provides, this Emission Gap Report provides latest assessment of scientific studies on current and estimated future greenhouse gas emissions, and it compares these emissions for the world or across the world to progress on the pathways given by or the goals given by Paris Agreement. Right. So what is the current emission that will be compared by this particular report with the goals of Paris Agreement, right? And that's why the report is named as Emission Gap Report given by UNEP. Next now, question, consider the following statements about C40 cities. First, it is a network of world's mega cities committed to address climate change, right? So this statement is a correct statement. C40 is a network of world's mega cities committed to address climate change. Fine. And this C40 will support cities to collaborate, share knowledge, and make sure that sustainable actions are taken on climate change. Right. So first statement is a correct statement. Second, C40 cities are involved in actions that reduce global greenhouse gas emission. Right. So that is what this particular group was made for. So both these statements are correct statements regarding C40, and that's why answer of this question is both 1 and 2. Answer is C. Next now, which of the following statement regarding Emperor Penguins are correct? Right. So statements are incorrect. Right. We are supposed to find out statements regarding Emperor penguins which is incorrect. First, it is one of the Antarctica's endemic species. So this statement is a correct statement. Emperor penguins are tallest and heaviest of all living penguin species, and they are endemic to Antarctica. Right. So first statement is correct. Second, it is endangered as per IUCN. Right. So this statement is incorrect. It is not threatened. It is put under the category of not threatened. Fine. So there were requests by, or there was demand by experts that this species should be kept in the category of vulnerable, but as of now it is under not threatened category. So we are supposed to find out incorrect statement. So only second statement is incorrect, and that's why answer of this question is B, 2 only. Answer is B. Next now, consider the following statements regarding Rathapani Tiger Reserve? First, this tiger reserve is located in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Now, this statement is incorrect. It is not there in Uttar Pradesh, it is there in Madhya Pradesh. Right? So, first statement is incorrect. Second, rare migratory birds from Tibet, Nepal, Russia, Siberia visit this particular reserve. Right? So, this statement is a correct statement. In Rathapani Tiger Reserve, various bird species come from Tibet, Nepal, Russia, Siberia, etc. Second statement is correct. Third, the reserve mainly comprises of teak forest, right? So, teak is a deciduous variety. So, in Madhya Pradesh, we know that we have deciduous varieties of forest, and that's why. Third statement is also a correct statement regarding Rathapani Tiger Reserve. So, answer of this question is 2 and 3 only. Mentioned in option C. Answer is C, 2 and 3. Next question now. Next question is, which of the following countries, which of the following country became the first country to grant all of its rivers the same legal status as humans? Fine. So, answer of this question is Bangladesh. Right? Bangladesh became a country where all rivers have been given the status of humans. Right? Answer of this question is A. One should not confuse with New Zealand, because New Zealand, in New Zealand, first river to get legal status as humans was there in New Zealand, but Bangladesh became first country where all rivers have been given this kind of status. Right? So, answer of this question is A, Bangladesh. So, that is about this particular test. Thank you.